I think the most important thing for me right now is to increase the pace of my own self-education. Because the pace of
You're a
change,
pretty smart guy too, by the way. Right. So
but,
this is it. So this is an interesting perspective, right? Very smart guy, and you say, hey, my biggest thing, I want to increase the pace of my learning.
yeah, I mean, I think so. I'm basically going to continue to be, a senior advisor to very interesting businesses or teams that I believe that I can make an impact. I will continue to do work in boardrooms where I can also bring a perspective. And then a third of my time is going to be education. And sometimes the best way to learn something is if you have to teach it. So I may actually do some stints in a couple of universities to do that. But my main goal is to actually keep learning. So now I have more time to read, which before, when you have an executive role, there is only so many books you can read a month. I think I can double that now. It's important, especially with how quickly we are evolving AI and AI architectures. I mean, the new thing, which is like MCP or A2A, those things didn't exist 3 months ago. And now we're kind of like one of the potentially basic architectures, how applications are going to consume AI services. So I think I find myself as we're in the middle when like TCP/IP was being invented and HTTP became HTTPS, and we finally could
Yeah.
have a layer, and therefore
Yeah. But
commerce is like we're at that stage of the internet.
yeah, but those things took years, right? You think about just like, these are months to years kind of thing, right? Now we're like days to weeks, right? In terms of how fast. And this is, I was just, as you were saying that, I was thinking, this is like why learning is vital, right? And so you see this, and for those who are listening and who might be in younger part of your career, earlier part of your career, this is like learning and all these books and reading, and it's vital. But then the second thing is, I think too, is it's like it's like networks too, right? Because I mean, I mean, just by speaking with you, I'm learning a couple things, right? That you mentioned, and so it's coupling, your reading knowledge with also networks as well, because we're always going to be behind learning